Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, November 16th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. Joe Mullins has been elected chair of the Flagler County Commission. His new title comes following a vote 3-2 Monday in which Mullins voted for himself.
But when I took office, I promised to be transparent, I promised to stand strong, and I promised to fight like hell to make this county better than it was when I got here.
Public comment was full of people who didn't want to see Mullins be elected chair.
Joe Mullins has verbally said on radio, liberals should be beheaded. He has threatened to sue me.
I have personally been a victim of his abuse and bullying on Facebook.
Our country's divided enough, but we don't need elected officials in our own county degrading us on a daily basis and saying us liberals need to leave.
Commissioner Donald O'Brien voted for Mullins, but not without first expressing frustration.
Your social media activities and contentious stands on some highly charged political issues has caused you to be a lightning rod, and it's damn frustrating. And I can also tell you, my inbox was pretty damn full with emails of people not wanting you to be chair.
Commissioner Andy Dance voted against Mullins and called for Greg Hansen to be chair after expressing similar concerns.
My reservation is really with the online banter and the positions, because there's really no separation as I see it as an individual. I'm just not sure how Joe can separate those issues and represent the commission in addition to all the other social media postings.
After the vote, Mullins called for unity.
We need to move forward in this county. We need to move forward in a positive, unified way as much as we can. We're in a time where it's going to be very hard to show unification because we've got some strong divisional splits that are coming all the way down. But at the end of the day, if we focus on things like broadband, we focus things on infrastructure, we focus on bringing business to this community, and we focus on preserving a constitutional county like we have, we're going to be okay.
Get ready for some big developments in Palm Coast near the airport. Rich Petchke reports.
Mayor David Alphen says there's discussions underway to acquire some property along State Route 100 for a familiar big box store, but he can't name what store that is.
The developer and the property owner are in talks, in process, and rezoning the property, but apparently they have signed off on a letter of confidentiality and are unable to share.
Alphen says every retailer has their own guidelines on where to locate stores.
They will only consider a site for development if the traffic count, the number of cars that go by the property, and the number of rooftops in close proximity achieve a certain level.
He says that although the property is just outside city limits, they could be talking about annexation.
In order for the project to go forward, there'll be a need for utilities and water, so I can certainly see a discussion of annexation in the future, which will increase the city's tax base, provide some more jobs, and what most of our residents want, they want more retail services and a higher quality shop and store for the future. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that's where that goes.
The developer says they intend to have a decision on the property by December. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Community Development Block Grant funding helped the city of Palm Coast provide utility assistance to nearly 300 families that were hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. Amy Cherry has more.
Jose Papa with the city's Community Development Department says they spent more than $300,000 in grant money on this initiative.
Customers of utilities who meet the low moderate income threshold and to help them pay their utilities. And the other part of that is that they've been impacted by COVID. That is, they've lost their job because of pandemic.
Additionally, more than $915,000 in grant money helped the city rehab nearly 24 homes. More than 70 students also benefited from the funding.
We were able to serve 73 students to provide essentially a scholarship for a qualified student to attend summer camp, and that's at a cost of about $41,000.
Over the past year, the city spent $1.2 million in CDBG funds. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
It's almost time for Flagler County's Festival of Trees. Karen Johnson has details.
This year's Festival of Trees at the Flagler County Public Library Main Palm Coast Branch is happening at 6 o'clock this Friday, November 19th. Library Director Holly Albanese has all the festive details.
This is our 21st year holding the Festival of Trees. We do this annually. We have all sorts of groups, clubs, various nonprofit organizations across the community that participate. They bring in a tree, they decorate it according to their club or organization, and on one night we hold a festival. We'll have music, entertainment, we'll have some goodies. Mr. and Mrs. Claus will be here for the children.
The overhead lights are dimmed and the trees lit bright to create a winter wonderland. She says jazz singer Linda Cole, who is the niece of legendary Nat King Cole, will provide musical entertainment that promises to be second to none. Refreshments will be served and the trees will remain on display through the month of December. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
What will they do after high school?
Of the 4 students who were recently guests on Common Ground heard here on WNZF, Preston Roberts, who's a senior at FPC, wants to go to college in Tennessee, play football, become a coach, and maybe own a business. But what's in it for other students? Roberts on what FPC High School has to offer.
FPC definitely offers our Fire Academy to give those kids that necessarily don't feel like college is the best option right now at that point.
Carissa Jackson says Matanzas High School also offers several school-to-work options.
With our digital media program, I was able to earn certifications in like Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. We also have some of our flagship courses like culinary and our law and justice program.
Kaylee Briggs said that she wants to go to college to be an engineer, but she said that the military could be the way to go for some other students.
That can be a great option for paying for school. There's plenty of students who I think would be more beneficial up and right on the boat instead of getting a bachelor's degree and maybe wasting time doing something that won't actually contribute to what they want their future to be.
Corbin Payne says Matanzas has a construction class.
After you do the construction class for a certain number of years, you get the opportunity to earn your certificate in construction.
He said students can then graduate and go straight to work. You can listen to Common Ground here on WNZF every Sunday morning at 10. Tomorrow, students communicating in this digital age. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.